part 2 of the review is talking about standard word and expanded form. So the standard form of the number is just writing it the regular way that you would normally see it. The word way is you need to sound it out. I will give full marks if the spelling is wrong, but I can tell what the number is. 438,672. An expanded form, what you do is you take the biggest number and then the rest of the numbers become 0. And then you plus it with the next biggest number and then the rest of the numbers become 0. So for example, 400,000 plus 30,000 plus 8,000 plus 600 plus 70 plus 2. So if I give you this number, 800,000 plus 30,000 plus 300 plus 4, you need to think very carefully because there's something missing here. Whichever one is missing will become a 0. So I'm going to put my 8 in the 100,000s place. I have 3 in the 10,000s place, but then I look for a number in the thousands. I don't see a number in the thousands here, so I put a 0 there. I look for a number in the hundreds. Oh, I have 3, and then I look for a number in the tens. I don't have a number there. So I would put 0 there again, and 4 here. Make sure you have your pen and your paper, and you're writing this down with me. And you might want to watch this more than one time if you're confused or just to help you refresh. If I gave you a number in words and asked you to write it in standard form, I might write 13,000 215. And to write it in standard form, I would write 13,215. And this is a skill that might come with some practice and getting used to using words to describe a number. Now, the next exciting thing on the agenda is rounding and then using that to add or subtract. So there's a little story about a guy who goes in a car on a hill. Now, if he only makes it to 1, 2, 3, or 4, he goes back down the hill. If he makes it to 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, he goes over and up and rounds up on the hill. So, I'll give you an example. So, if we're rounding in the thousands, we underline that number, and then we need to look to the number next to it. Now, 4,122 is between 4,000 and 5,000. And we want to know which one it's closer to, and this number helps us decide that. This is a 1, which helps us round down. So the 4 stays a 4, and the rest of the numbers become 0. So that number rounds to 4,000. 4,992. We look to the next number. It's 9. We know that 9 rounds up. So we do 4 plus 1 is 5, so it becomes 5,000. We know 4,992 is between 4,000 and 5,000, and looking at this number, we can see it's much closer to 5,000. So let's do some other examples together. 3,900. We underlined, we're going to round in the thousands. Underline the thousands